So I'm going to quickly talk about why you should not follow the hype when it comes to investing, especially in your IRA accounts or even in a traditional Fidelity account or personal, non-retirement funding account. Because I got burnt very bad, and I might show actual evidence of my endeavor where I lost around 80% of a trade on an equity on a security, and this was beyond me. I was confused a few weeks ago because I thought it was part of Impossible. I think they kind of related, but I'm not sure. Nevertheless, I lost a lot of money because this security was hyped up on Wall Street Bets, which is a notorious, infamous Reddit group because they have a lot of polemical trades and all this stuff where people make a lot of lucrates, and it's very lucrative for a lot of people, and they make a lot of options trading and things of this nature. But I decided to do. I'm not sure that I can even do options trading, so that's not even, maybe for good reason, that's not even an option for me. But no pun intended. But yeah, so this was in
You freaks ready for a real fight?
November 22nd, 21st, or whatever, and then the 22nd it hit a peak of like $7.60
Walk it
or
off,
something,
freak
fifty
bag.
cents. And I put in like 1,500, or it was like 500 first. I got in at like $4,
Almost too
and I
easy.
saw I was making like $100 if I realized the gain, and then I put in 1,000 really fast. But I did something very bad, so
I'm
I would
real
have
low on
profited
ammo
about
here.
$500 had I made the trade. But I was fearful because it said if I execute this trade, the funds are not settled. Therefore, I would make a strike on my account of bad faith violation, what they call infidelity. And I was scared, so I went to sleep because it was like 7 a.m. at this point, and I was watching the Gandhi movie, which was funny.
Haven't got many shells left.
And the sun was coming up, and I was super hyped up because I could have made $500. And I'm not realizing, I'm kind of naive, and I don't realize this is a short squeeze,
These freaks don't
and
know how
the
to take a
price was
hint,
gonna
do they?
tank, and I just, you know, blindly went in, not knowing the fundamentals of Beyond the Meat, and they have very bad finances. They're in a lot of debt, and they have low
I don't want to get
revenue and
myself into
stuff.
this mess.
I'm not sure about that, but I know they're not. The fundamentals
Yeah.
aren't healthy for any prospecting investor. So
Okay, staff. Let's see
I
what you can do.
decided to go to sleep, and I woke up and I lost a lot of money unrealized. But the moral of the story here is do not follow the hype, because especially if you're not doing what they call DDs, deep dives on these important trades that could be very lucrative but very
Now
quick,
I'm
it can
mad.
go down. You don't want to do that. You don't want to follow hype. And I have made a few hundred
That must
dollars,
have
but
been
I
at least
lost way
500
more
pounds
than
of
I gained.
explosives right there.
When I first started on my Fidelity account
Let's
earlier
see if
this
the
year
lazy
or last
staff
year,
lives up to its promise.
was way
All out.
more of a strategy. I was putting it in VU or SCHD, um, all the Fidelity free, no fee accounts like FXAIX, the 500, and International, and some other picks that are very safe, low percentage, but value funds and safe ETFs, right? So do that. Do not do this Beyond Burger shit where you get fucked in the ass because you think you're that guy that's gonna lucrate from Wall Street Bets picks or whatever. Put in what you're willing to lose, because
Can't
I
do
have
shit
followed
without
that in the
ammo.
past in my financial endeavors, and I haven't lost that much. Like in Bitcoin, I put in like $200 in my lifetime on it because you didn't get in at the beginning, then don't think you're gonna be that guy. But I didn't listen to myself in this case last year, so I lost a lot on Beyond Meat. And there's still a lot of bag holders in a lot of Reddit groups of this Beyond Hype, and maybe it'll come back up. But I pretty much lost my $1,500
This work
for the
like a flak
foreseeable
jacket or
future,
something?
unfortunately, because I could realize the
Damn it,
gain.
Mud's
At
slowing
this
me
point, I'll just
down.
wait. Maybe I'll lose all the money because it might go bankrupt. I hope not. I have never tried Beyond Meat. I might have, but No, I have tried it because I went to Burger King a long time ago because they had the Whopper. But nevertheless, that industry is not very hot anymore. Like those substitute meats, those artificial meats, are not very popular. So we'll see where that goes. But this is a hard learned lesson for me to give to you watchers who are seeing this because it can be very dangerous for your money's sake, your retirement sake. You don't want to
Let me
do
go
that.
try this out.
Now I'm gonna play it safe. I am doing some silver speculation, which is risky because it's been off the chain. If you saw my last similar video with zombies in the background talking about finances, I do like this content. It is taking off on the algorithm. People are, showing their strategies about finances and things of that nature. So I want to keep talking about it and let you guys know things that have worked for me, and I think they're good advice for people to follow because it can be very risky. Money is can be serious, and you can lose a lot of money or make a lot of
Damn.
steady
I
gains
hope it works a whole lot better
in
than it tastes.
successive patterns. So that's what I have to say about that. Do not follow the hype. And what comes to mind is actually gold and silver. Why I'll actually make a part two to this because it's a little bit different with gold and silver, in my opinion. This is not financial advice, so this is just life advice that you may or may not want to follow. So, but yeah, don't follow the hype and stick to ETFs and all that safe stuff, Rule and SCHD and stuff. And I'll get to the part two on gold and silver.